What's up, guys? So today Electronic Arts kicked off E3 with their own separate press conference dubbed EA Play, detailing what they have in store for the coming months and years. There are several major announcements made during this presentation, including a detailed look at Anthem, a Star Wars game called Jedi Fallen Order, which is going to be developed by Respawn Entertainment of Titanfall fame, and most importantly, we were given an awesome Battlefield 5 multiplayer trailer. While I will make a video for each of these games soon, I figured that we would start by breaking down the Battlefield 5 trailer and seeing what we can expect from its multiplayer modes. Earlier this year, EA staged a huge reveal for Battlefield 5 and showed off some pretty action-packed gameplay, but it seemed to be exclusively from the campaign for the game. However, we did get some interesting footage that revealed that the campaign would be cooperative, and we were going to be graced with a multitude of amazing set pieces and vehicle-based action. Overall, it was a great live stream, but nothing too innovative or noteworthy was depicted. It was standard Battlefield fare, in my opinion, and that brings us to today's multiplayer trailer for the game. Does the multiplayer look like standard fare also? I don't know. Let's take a look. So, to introduce the trailer, EA brought out none other than the manager of DICE himself, Oscar Gabrielsson, and Lars Gustafsson, a senior producer at DICE, and they jumped right into the gameplay. Oscar stated that this was going to be the most immersive Battlefield game to date, and the first new feature we were given is the ability to smash through windows while running. Okay, I kind of see where that could come into play. Then we get a quick glimpse of a soldier hitching a stationary gun to a tank and towing it to another location. That's certainly a nice touch in my opinion. The damage engine was shown off as well, with a tank ripping through a house without skipping a beat. I think that's a much smoother adaptation of destruction in the new Frostbite engine. If you notice, the snow even slides off the roof in a realistic way. They also emphasize the fact that players will be able to customize their character online like never before. One thing that caught my attention was when they mentioned you could do this in their depiction of World War II. Are they taking an approach like they did with Battlefield 1 and taking liberties with the history surrounding the war? I would certainly say so in this case. Lastly, before they moved to the actual trailer, they stated there would be no more loot boxes or premium passes. I think this is a great addition to Battlefield 5, as all players will be able to experience every aspect of the game without having to shell out more and more money over the course of a year. With so many companies finding success in the free-to-play model, and Fortnite is the #1 example of this, it makes sense that EA would try to compete with those with this game and try to save face in the wake of so many microtransaction problems in previous releases. And with the Battle Royale craze, they also confirmed that Battlefield 5 will have its very own Battle Royale mode adapted to the Battlefield gameplay style. Finally, after detailing the previous information, they move right into the trailer. Unfortunately, it is an extremely limited look at multiplayer, as EA is probably saving the real meat for Microsoft's E3 press conference. It begins with paratroopers preparing to jump out of a plane down to the map below. This is certainly similar to other games in the franchise, especially considering that Battlefield 1 had planes and a Zeppelin that could be used as mobile spawn points. I would assume that the same feature would be available in Battlefield 5. Then we get several shots of an expansive map with more soldiers parachuting in and planes being shot out of the sky. Next, we get our first shot of the game from its standard first-person perspective, and we get to see that the submachine gun class may be returning. You can also see a glass optical on the gun, keeping with the time period's aesthetic. We also get a quick shot of a soldier running and then sliding into place to start shooting. The running and staggering animation of the soldier in front of him is also pretty amazing and really shows off Frostbite's power to create highly realistic animations within these characters. Throughout these multiplayer clips, we get a few cutscenes thrown in for good measure. Earlier in the presentation, Gabrielsson mentioned that matches would play out over multiple maps. This makes me think that DICE is trying to mimic in some ways Call of Duty World War II's War Mode, where objectives change as players fight through the entirety of a map, complete with cutscenes to establish each area. DICE could certainly bring some much needed variety to a mode like this, and make it expansive by having matches play out over multiple maps, and have small vignettes frame the action that is about to take place. Afterwards, a tank plows through a house, completely destroying it, and we get what I think is the most interesting part of the trailer. Not for what is going on, but for what features DICE may be hinting at. We see a quick shot of someone wielding a hammer, and then a group of soldiers building a wall of sandbags. In my opinion, this is a hint that building will play a role in multiplayer this time around, not just repairing things with your repair tool. In my opinion, I think the game will include some sort of central building mechanic to help players fortify areas with sandbags or shields. I don't think it will be as extensive as Fortnite's building mechanics, but a more limited version of that. We don't want people throwing down walls in the middle of a firefight in World War II. Again, I think they are taking inspiration from Call of Duty World War II's War Mode, as there are barriers and structures to construct on each map in that game. Overall, I think this is the most compelling feature shown during today's event. As the trailer concludes, we get the staple footage of any Battlefield game: a tank blowing up a house, and planes flying dangerously low around a massive map. We also see some of the attacks at players' disposal while flying a plane, including a user-guided bomb. We are shown a few big explosions for good measure, and then, well, it ends. Overall, this trailer gives us little in the way of details, and I was not very impressed with the footage. There are some clues given within it that really excite me, like the potential building mechanics, but I did not have that giddy gamer feeling about this trailer like I did with the Black Ops 4 reveal. I'm sure we'll see more in the coming days, and at Microsoft's presentation tomorrow. Alright guys, I believe that's all that's hidden in this trailer. What did you think of the Battlefield 5 trailer? Is there something that I missed? What do you think about having building mechanics in Battlefield? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to my channel for more E3 news. Thanks again for your support, and I'll see you next time.